Thanks, Goose. Guys, what happens when you're abducted by aliens, taken into space, and forced to construct assembly lines for seemingly sinister purposes?
Well, I don't know, Hex, but it sounds terrible.
Oh, I know. You use superior robotic intelligence to puzzle solve your way out.
Yes! Well, at least I hope so. I haven't actually finished this game yet, but I have made a lot of block combinations. Welcome to Infinifactory.
Infinifactory is an indie puzzle game in the vein of something like Portal. You find yourself in a tiny cell, given only food pellets to sustain you. Your first task is to create a conveyor belt to deliver blocks made by a block-making machine to the correct spot, using PC controls similar to Minecraft.
Seems simple enough.
Oh sure, but once you've figured out the basics of conveyor belts and block placement, you're sent before the aliens. Their alien overlord arrives and sends you on your mission. A mission of brain-bending construction and block assembly.
After proving yourself in the testing area, which teaches you the basics, you're put to work high up in the air in strange construction zones. Often you'll come across the remains of previous test subjects who weren't so lucky.
Oh, a doggy! How is a dog supposed to solve a puzzle?
No special treatment, Hex. You are tasked with creating production lines to get the right combination of blocks to where they need to go. But it's not as simple as it sounds.
That's right. There are a number of different types of blocks you'll need to use to achieve the right result. For example, some blocks will need to be welded together to create the correct combo. They can be welded from above or from the side.
Yeah, but even getting the blocks to line up next to each other at the right time so they can be welded is a challenge. For that, you'll need to utilize plain blocks to create breaks in the conveyor belt. Number of blank blocks you use will determine how many blocks will pile up behind one another.
Some puzzles require you to be sending blocks off in different directions. And in order to activate it, you'll need to switch with the sensor like this. When a block passes the sensor, it activates the switch and out it goes.
I loved all these different kinds of blocks, all of which can be accessed from your block menu and applied to a quick bar. I do think a little more explanation was needed on how to operate them though. It took me ages to work out how those sensor switches worked and how they were used. And this diagram was only slightly helpful.
Well, like Portal, this is very much a game of trial and error, trying lots of different ideas to see what works, though there is no GLaDOS to chide you on your foolish human mistakes. GLaDOS.
Darren! I did like how you could test out your ideas each step of the way, and build on them once you've figured out you're on the right track. Rather than having to formulate a complete theory and start all over again if it doesn't work.
You are scored based on your number of tries though.
And the number of blocks you use.
And how long it takes you to complete the puzzle, so you still want to try and be as efficient as possible.
What are you going to give it overall, Hex?
Well, I thought this was great. I liked the story that they've woven into it too, with the aliens and your abduction. What have we got ourselves into? What are the aliens planning? There was a good progression of challenge to the puzzles as well, so I'm giving it 4 out of 5 rubber chickens.
I would have liked a bit more instruction on how to use the different block types, but I really enjoyed this too. I'm giving it 3 out of 5 rubber chickens.
And now it's time for a new segment from Goose and me. It's all about gaming strategies. Oh, roll the tape, Kerry.